What up, YouTube? It's your girl, TT Chanel. You clicked the title, you read the page, so that means you know it is reaction video time. Now, hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Now, this is quite a long reaction video we're doing, so I'm not gonna talk you guys heads off. We want to roll to 3,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe for the vibe. And I also want to say, I just did a reaction video to "I'm Down Blood" by this rapper, and I was just amazed by the scenery, the words that was coming out this lad mouth. I was like, okay, I need to know more. All right, because I'm with the ghetto shits. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hood baby. I like shit like this. Why not? It's you know what I'm saying? It's what we live for. The come up. We love to see the come up. We don't like to see the downfall. We don't like that unless you a fucking hater. But we love to see the come up, all right? So shout out to this rapper for... It looked like he was in some situations because it says fresh out of prison, got out, focusing on what he got to focus on. And I respect that. All right, so hit that subscribe for the vibe. Subscribe for the vibe. Let's make sure we're being recorded. Okay, it is going. All right. And nothing crazy right there, right? Okay. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
My name's Tony. I'm from Auckland, South Auckland. I was born and raised in Otara, but went to Chapel Downs Primary, went to Rangomai Preschool, and then I went to Ferguson Intermediate. And then I ended up moving out to Rewa, and I stayed in Rewa. So, yeah. So I'm originally from Otara and Rewa. They also know me as Too Keen. I'm a rapper. Well, so they say. They used to call me a rapper back here, back in New Zealand about 6-7 years ago. I used to make music, and then I went to Ferguson Intermediate. Raised in Otara, but went to just trying to deal with that.
Young soldier of God, steady march.
My name's Tony. I'm from Auckland, South Auckland. I was born and raised in Otara, but went to Chapel Downs Primary, went to Rangomai Preschool, and then I went to Ferguson Intermediate. And then I ended up moving out to Rewa, and I stayed in Rewa. So, yeah. So I'm originally from Otara and Rewa. They also know me as Too Keen. I'm a rapper.
Oh, okay. So it's a group? Cause that's Too Keen, and he said that's Tony.
Well, so they say. They used to call me a rapper.
You guys gonna hear my dog cry. He's a crybaby. He's only like, he should be 12 weeks now. So he's like 12 to 13 weeks old. So he's a little bit of a baby. So, and he's a hot dog. Hot dogs are wieners. They whine a lot, you know. So he's gonna be whining. So just pardon him. Eventually he'll get older, and you guys won't have to hear that. So please bear with me. Because even if I pick him up, one, I'm smoking. So I can't have him on my lap while I'm smoking because catch on fire. That'll be irresponsible of me. So
back here, back in New Zealand about 6-7 years ago, I used to make music, and yeah, just rapping. So people know me as a rapper. Well, the music for me is like, I just started, it's a long story with the music, but I didn't think I was ever going to blow up as a rapper. Like, we just started rapping with the boys. One of the boys, his name's Jay Cuffs. A shout out to it also. He had a little setup, and it was a little garage band setup, and I just started rapping there on SoundCloud. And then it just started blowing up. I didn't really remember how it blew up, but I just remember doing it. My first songs were probably like songs that are on SoundCloud. If you search up on SoundCloud, there's some songs on SoundCloud, and those are probably my first songs.
okay, so we definitely got to react to his first song. So drop that comment, hit that subscribe. We about to go on the journey, man, because I love to see the success story. If you guys follow me, I just did a success story on Young and Lips, the man behind the voice. Go check that out. All positive vibes. I also did a success story on 1-4, all positive vibes. I did a success story on a Cambodian rapper, Vanda, all positive vibes. So positive vibes only.
And then the first major song that actually like blew up was the one "I'm Down." It's called "I'm Down Blood," and that one is like a song with all the...
that's the one that I just did a reaction video to. So it's crazy that he said that.
Boys on it, and there's probably boys, like 80 boys from South Auckland to West Auckland, and we put them all together, and they're all bloods too. And we all lived the same lifestyle struggle. We all grew up.
Yo, that's crazy. Like, I really did not know, like, this might sound crazy, but I did not think that there was gang like members. And like, not until recently, of course, I started doing like, reaction to Australian, artists. And I'm like, wow, they don't show you this in the movies. Yeah, I know I write movies, right? So I should write a movie about some shit like this. Why not? Because it's like, you got to spread awareness. Because it's like, people don't know that. At least I know I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people I be showing, I'm like, yo, listen to this. They be like, yo, that's Australia. They give it up like that. I be like, yeah, like, bro. Telling you, everywhere, there's gangsters all over the world, man. There's gangsters all over the world, Craig.
Up and struggle, so like for me it was just about putting that struggle and outside, like just on the map, like musically wise. The last couple of years I've been pretty much inside. Yeah, the last couple of years I've been pretty much inside. I was locked up in 2020 in Brisbane, and I did a year and a couple of months for a robbery, and I got found not guilty at the end of that. At the end of the 18 months, at the end of 14 months, I got found not guilty, and
Damn, yo, could you imagine? He just said I did 14 months, and then got found not guilty. Like, that shit sucks having to sit and wait for that shit. Like, that shit, wow. Thank God he beat that case, though.
Walked from Brisbane, and then so I was locked up in Arthur Gorey, and that's a remand center, and I got released, and then I was out for a few months, but because of my baby mama, like, long story with her, but she left me while I was in jail. So I got out to, after being a father for 6 years and then being locked up, I got out to no family pretty much, and then I was out.
Yo, I always tell y'all, I don't know if y'all listen to me, the right woman will change your life for the better. The wrong woman will destroy you. Take your family away from you, mess with your mental health, suck the life out of you, the potential out of you, the hope, the faith, everything you had. Please, 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 and this is for my men, especially, value your sperm. Don't just be giving it to any old female, bro, because the right woman can change your life for the better, but the wrong woman can destroy you. And there's no turning back once she got that sit. She got that. I'm telling you right now. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Walk away. Walk away. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sad that he had to go through this.
Out for a few months, and then I was just immediately back on the run. And then I ended up running to Sydney. And then I got locked up in Sydney for another 20 months, and then I've just been released in September. Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you been back here in New Zealand for?
3 weeks. I've been here for 3 weeks now.
Coming back from Australia.
Yeah, going on to the 4th week now. I got released on September 14, so I've been only out for a few weeks. So everything is still pretty new to me. And on top of all of that, this interview too. So, like, on top of everything else, this interview is just, I'm pretty I'm very picky with the words that I'm saying, because I don't know what's been going on for the past few years. So
what sort of led you moving to Australia?
To Australia, well, that's actually a very good question, because I didn't realize until I got back that a lot of people have been asking where I was.
Stop. You're gonna hurt yourself. Doggies, man.
But my father passed away in 2018. So my dad passed away in 2018, and he lived there about 2010. Like, he left our family 2010, and I didn't have contact with him for many years, and then he passed away 2018. So I went to Australia for that originally. And then when I went to my dad's funeral, I kind of rekindled my relationship with all my brothers and sisters. And then I just felt like...
This is one of those, like, I definitely got to do, like, a success story on him once I get to know him more, because this is crazy. Like, do you hear this storyline? And it's like, and he still continued to go. Like, stop, Oreo. I'm going to stop. I'm going to take that from you.
Like, I've been missing from my family for years, so I felt like I owed it to them to remain there for that year, to try, like, rekindle my friendships or my family, and try to stick back with my family. So I remained there for that 2018, and plus it was a good country for my kids as well, so I kept my kids there. So I was trying.
Australia is a good country for the kids. Alright, that's good to know. That's good to know. So when I travel, I probably bring my nephews, my niece with me and all that. Be a vibe. My niece grown now. But I have a great niece. You know? So that's a vibe.
To build a life there, but I ended up getting locked up and a couple of years later. For that year I was there, 2018 and 2019, I actually got signed with a record label, and that record label was through Red Honcho and that some boys from Sydney. I just met Red Honcho like in the streets, and he had a record label called Another Level, and I went through to go record a song with...
Yo, I said I was going to do a success story on A Honcho next. Drop a comment. What do you think? You think I should do it? Drop a comment. Because his story is crazy. Like, I was watching some of his interviews and what he had to go through with the Raptor Squad, yo. Yo, drop a comment. Let me know if y'all want me to do that. You know how I do that.
Red Honcho, and then that one night...
Oh, he said Red... Did he say Red Honcho or A Honcho? Hold on.
When that some boys from Sydney, I just met Red Honcho like in the streets, and
Oh, Red Honcho. Okay, who's that? Is that an artist? Drop a comment. Let me know. I thought you said A Honcho. Drop a comment.
he had a record label called Another Level, and I went through to go record a song with Red Honcho, and then that one night that I featured on a song, his manager wanted to sign me with Another Level, and I ended up signing on with Another Level, and then I was with that record label. It was a 2-year contract, and I was there with them for that year, and I dropped a few music videos. It's all on YouTube too, so it was alright. It was good. It was productive, but to be very honest, like the music thing for me was like just every weekend. Like I was pretty much dabbling in like I was dabbling in drugs, and a lot of drugs too, and just partying, like just in Mount Druitt with a lot of Mount Druitt boys, because there's heaps of good Mount Druitt Usos. There's a lot of solid Usos out there, and like on the weekends we party and that. So even though I was making music in my free time, most of my life and most of my days were going to partaking in drug activity. Like, I don't want to mention what drugs, but people that seen me out there, they know what kind of drugs that I was dabbling in, and they were hard drugs, and I was getting involved with a lot of that. So
Yo, but you hear the story behind this shit? Drugs, not having a dad there, in and out of prison, and still keep going. Yo, if you never take nothing from me, take this. Walk by faith, never by sight. Never. And what I mean is, no matter how things look, and I always say this, if you are alive, you have a chance to go and change your situation. Being alive is more important than anything. You understand? Keep going. Oreo, you better not be touching nothing.
it's pretty much a blur. Like, and to be honest, like my music thing was all a blur, but I'm glad that it's there in a sense of what my past looks like and what I was going through. I was probably going through a lot at the time. So Brisbane, it was a robbery. Long story short, I was loyal to some boys that weren't really loyal to me, and they've been arrested, and he got arrested. And then a couple of weeks later, I got arrested from my house. So 6 months into my lagging, I got my brief, and I got my files, and it had his statement on it. It had my co-offender's statement.
Damn, they told on him? Yo, that'd be it. That'd be it. I'm telling you, that right there, destroy your situation. Like, it's like you gotta, once telling you, it's like kind of hard to fight. Somebody telling on you. Damn.
Statement on it. So my co-offender pretty much stopped me in, and then I took it to trial. That's why I got found not guilty. I got found not guilty because I took it to trial, and the only thing that held was his statement. So that all got thrown out in court.
You see? That's why I said, I never said you couldn't beat it. I said it's hard to fight it. I know my ish, man. I ain't free my nigga Skinny. I seen shit. You feel me? And I'm gonna take y'all with me to the hood too. I actually got I hit up one of my big homies in Brooklyn, and he told me to come through and bring y'all with me, show y'all a day in the life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just chill with him. I haven't been back to the hood in a minute. I've been so focused on the videos. I gotta tap back in.
But it's pretty much just I was loyal to a couple of boys that weren't really loyal back to me. So that's pretty much all it was. The system, it's good. The system's not good, but the boys that you meet there are mad. Like, you meet mad boys there, and For me, is the only thing that was a problem for me was I was not from the area because I was only in Brisbane for about a couple of months and then I got locked up. So it was pretty new to me, and in all honesty, I was just lost. And plus, because like I had my missus and my kids, so I thought I was going to get out, but I didn't get out. Like I waited after many months, I just didn't get out, and then after a year, I still wasn't getting out. So like, yeah, it was just all new to me, I reckon. And plus, being in an environment you never grew up, like it was just hard for me mentally. Yeah. So, and then yeah, I got released from Brisbane, and then I just got out, and yeah, I ended up going to Sydney because I got out and started dabbling in drugs. Pretty much, to be honest, drugs ruined like my life before I went to my Sydney lagging. And
yep, drugs would do it. Drugs would do it.
It's just hard to remember everything that happened, but yeah, I ended up in Sydney, and then I just ended up getting locked up there and meeting a lot of other boys there. Solid boys, OC, Bloodline, because I wasn't affiliated to no gangs there, so I kind of met all sorts of different gang members. Well, people label them as gang members, but I see them as the individuals they were. Every day we train together, like we eat together, so I got to see them as the person they were rather than the patch that they were wearing.
So did you get recognised much in the Sydney jails for rapping and that?
Yeah, we saw heaps, yeah. Like I remember I was pushing the rubbish trolleys, and we take them out to empty the bins, and boys were yelling out, and they were like, "Too Keen, is that you?" I was just like saying what's up to them. I was like, yeah. And then so a few pods that I went to, a few wings that I was locked up in, there was a lot of boys that recognized me. And to me, like every time I went to a pod, I was very cautious whether they knew me in a good way or a bad way, but at the end of the day.
So Too King, Tony's his name, and Too King is his rap name. That's crazy. It took me 16 minutes to figure that out. I'm sorry, I be high.
Boys that are locked up and they're real. Like they wouldn't really run up on you if they know that there's no reason. So a lot of boys were I could see on their faces, they were just very curious to see what that was about. But there was a lot of people that recognized me, even officers too. There's a lot of screws, like after locking, they come to my door and then they're talking to me at my door and they're asking me, "Oh, Missy, are you Too Keen?" And I'm like, yeah. And then they try to say, like, they say that, oh, their family and that loves the music, what am I doing and stuff like that. But I couldn't really be talking to the officer at the door after locking for too long. So I was trying to cut the conversation short. Every time I was trying to cut the conversation short. But yeah, there was a lot of officers that recognized me too. To be honest, like, they were trying to, like, there's things that were happening that they let slide just because they kind of knew me as a rapper. But like, to me, it's like, I didn't want that kind of like privilege from them, because the boys and that there's just a line between officers and inmates, and you just don't cross that line. So as much as awkward as it was, because a lot of those officers that knew my music were trying to like be cool in that, I just couldn't show coolness back in the time of incarceration. So, but that's just that.
Damn. That shit's gangster shit. He said, yeah, it was officers in there helping me, but I still ain't really fuck with them, cause you don't fuck with them. It's a line. That's gangster.
Yeah, that's just that part of that, you know?
Yeah.
I only started writing rhymes when I was putting Segro. So Segro is like isolation, full isolation. You don't get TV, you don't get your Breville, you don't get your Kettle, depending on which Segro you're in, depending on what jail and what their rules are for Segro. But during Segro, I was writing a lot of rhymes. I was writing heaps of rhymes, and I still got a lot of things, but rhymes is like, it's just a meditation process for me. Like, I just write what happens, what I go through, and then, yeah, it just fades off in the air. So I did write a lot. And the deportation.
That's how I am. My girl was like, babe, you crazy. You really wrote 3 movies in like 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 5. All I know, it was less than a year, and it was back to back. And yeah, I did, because it's like meditation. I write movies, it's like escape from reality. Like, my movies is a whole different life. So, yeah, I respect it.
In process, I'm still currently going through it. Like, I got released on September 14th from Clarence Prison, and I've walked out the gates, and immigration's waiting. They were waiting at the gate. They were waiting pretty much at the office where you get released from. And so it was in the morning. I got released at 6 a.m. from Clarence Prison, and they were waiting at the office, and so they've put me in a van, and straight from that van, I've been escorted to the airport, and my flight was booked at 9 o'clock, September 14th, and I'm on a plane by 9 o'clock, and then by 12 o'clock, I've landed here It's the same day that I've been released. So when I landed here, they handed me over to some officers, and those officers escorted me to a hotel in Queen Street. So I was at Queen Street for that week, and after Queen Street, I had to check out for a week, and then I went to a Papatoetoe Lodge. I was there for a week, and now I'm here. This is my third, fourth week that I've been out. I grew up in Otara.
Damn, son, he really did a lot of time in jail. Like, did you just hear that? I got lost in the cell with him. He didn't. I've been here, like, damn.
But until the age of 15, then I moved to Rewa. Yeah, and I stayed in Rewa from the age probably of 15 all the way up till I left, the age of 21. So pretty much from Rewa. I would say I'm from Rewa, to be honest. Yeah, it was like freestyles at parties. The boys would be drinking, and we just start freestyling. And we'd just be wasted freestyling about whatever problems are going on for that week, whether they also got kicked out or whether domestics with his family or anything, whatever we were going through, we were just freestyling about it while we were wasted and, and stoned. So
what sort of led to the gangbanging side, bro, for you and all that?
For me, it would have been the brotherhood. Yeah, like just when you're smoking and drinking with boys from the area, and like when you struggle together at that age, when you just go out in the public and like you just have a sense of struggle together. And so when you go into the public, people that you don't know, when they have altercations with your friends, you get involved. So for me, it was always about brotherhood. Right from the start, it was like if I'm a friend to somebody and they get involved with fights, I'm there too, regardless. And it's not really a question of why, where, when. It's just a matter of survival during those certain moments. A lot of times you're with your brothers and that in the streets. Boys, people that grew up in poverty know that drugs are always around, whether you're trying to look for an escape mentally or you're just trying to have a good time. I just being around out in the streets with a lot of free time to yourself and a lot of time on your hands, you end up dabbling in drugs. So I guess that's just how it came along. It just come with the lifestyle.
You gotta fight that shit though. Like it does, you already know, but you gotta fight that shit. Like, and I'm glad he did. You see, he did. So you gotta fight that shit. But a lot of people, once they hit that dark tunnel, that's it. They be in that motherfucker. Can't see them. Too far gone. Too deep in. Praise up. So you could do.
I was in Mount Druitt first, and so Mount Druitt.
Hey, Mount Druitt
was like, it's kind of pretty much like South Auckland, just a bit more flasher. But there's heaps of islanders there, heaps of islanders in Mount Druitt. And Mount Druitt's they stick together. They know if you're from outside, But because I was affiliated with a lot of Bloods here, there was a lot of Bloods in Mount Druitt too. So me kind of like sinking into the area I met a lot of Bloods there, a lot of Bloodline boys that were there. And so I started kicking in with them and started meeting a lot of the Mount Druitt boys there. But when I went to Brisbane, I was in Woodridge. And Woodridge has a lot of islanders as well. Like, pretty much I can only get along with people that, come from poverty lifestyles because, like, we understand each other. So I reckon...
That's why I just said, like, yeah, I be in the hood, like, because it's like, I can't be around rich mother and bougie mother. Y'all gonna be like, Titi, why you never with the bougie YouTubers? Y'all gonna still be in the hood with my niggas. Of course, I'm gonna be safe. But, you know what I'm saying? I might get my good eats in, like, the good neighborhoods if I'm on a nice date. You know what I'm saying? Can't have a baby in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Even my girl from the hood, too. But still, wanna have a good time. But sometimes you want to be around your people. You feel what I'm saying?
No matter where in the world I go, I'm always with people that struggle. So, so pretty much like it was pretty much similar to here, I reckon. Mount Druitt and Woodridge, pretty much the same. I'd say we were living it from before rap. I'll say that we were living struggles, poverty, all these things, we were living it before rap. And when I started rapping about it, because if you see on my music, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, I haven't posted none of that. Like, none of my music have been posted from me. All my music is either posted from my cousins, from a record label, or from people that recorded, but not any of those music videos are recorded from me. And that's, to be honest, that's pretty buzzing thinking about it right now because I haven't done none of that stuff. So I'm being judged for a lot of things. Like, I did put the music videos together, but I didn't think that was going to blow up as big as it has now. So for me, it's like...
It's so funny. Like, oftentimes I watch these interviews and people always say that, like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be that big. I didn't think it was going to be that big. Yes, they did. Because if you didn't think it was gonna be that big, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. Right? So, and what I mean when I say this, I'm not saying that he's lying, but what I'm saying is we gotta stop doubting ourselves. Like, oh, I didn't think it was gonna be that big. Yes, everything that we do, we put our all into it. So you do know it's gonna be that big. You just didn't probably think at that moment, maybe that fast. But we gotta stop this self-doubt.
That lifestyle was always a lifestyle, and I never ever thought that rap would betray what we were doing, like would force what we were doing. We were just talking about what we were doing. So yeah. But then in a sense it kinda goes to a point where it plays hand in hand. Where like the more people feed off your raps and that, and then the more people see you, you start meeting a lot of people, and then you start getting involved in like just a lot of things, you know? Whether it's on another level or whether it's like you just get involved with a lot of things. So I ended up drowning in it, getting involved with a lot of boys and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the views go up. So as soon as it was posted, my girl cousin posted it. And then as soon as like she posted it, I seen within that hour, it hit 1 million views, like within that first hour. And then
1 million views in an hour? I can only dream. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for those moments. Shout out to him.
Started slowly veering off from that, and it was really nothing to me. Like I just seen the views go up, and I was just like thinking, oh fuck, people like it, you know. I didn't really like think too much about it, and then so all I knew was like that people like it, and plus I was just new to online stuff too, so I just didn't really know that there was actually people watching it. I just see numbers on the phone, and I just think it was numbers, you know. I didn't think it was actually real people watching it and judging it. So I was always going to the booth and recording, and people were. So I think people that. And whoever is out there that worked with me during music, they probably know exactly what I'm talking about. That I just come through if I was wasted or just stoned, then I'll record. And whoever put things together, just put it together and put it online. So pretty much that's just how it was. Everything was random, I reckon. Video producer named Nigel. Nigel Eric, I think. Or Eric Nigel, sorry.
I like how he just like don't really give a fuck. He like, I don't even put it out. They put it out. I just record it and they upload it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit.
I'm getting your name wrong also. Yeah, Nigel, but he's really good. He was really good that day. He was cruisy. He was a good Uso too. He was a mad Uso. So he filmed our thing that day. Fuck, if I could remember his production stuff, I would say it, but I forgot. Held me back from doing it.
Continuing, you know what I mean, and riding that wave.
I think just my decision making. I always used to think that I was too busy for it. Because like there was a lot of like now like being incarcerated for the past few years, I reflected on a lot of situations where people rang me and messaged me and they said, oh, also come to the booth, I can introduce you to these people, I can do something positive for you. And I always used to say I was too busy for it. I always used to say, oh no, I'm too busy, but I was too busy doing nothing. I was too busy either, to be honest, if I was fried, scattered, or if I was drunk, I was always too busy to.
Yo, that was me. I was making excuses with my YouTube. Like, I got 2 channels and they both monetized, and they both got monetized within like 12 months from each other. You know what I'm saying? So one got monetized, and then less than a year the other one got monetized. And it only was when I started stop making excuses. Like, people kept saying, yo, go hard on YouTube, go hard on YouTube. You want to be a YouTuber? I was like, nah, nobody wants to do YouTube with me. I don't want to do it by myself. And once I stopped, I'm up. Now you guys know who I am. So it's like, yeah, you gotta just do what you gotta do, man.
To do certain things musically, but only when I felt like it, I would go to the booth and go out of my way to do things. But I never even thought I ever had a career. Even till now, I still don't think I have a career. Like, even till now, I don't see myself as a rapper. Like, and I've never had time to actually reflect on my life until I was incarcerated. So everything that's out there, the public made it, whatever it is. But for me, myself, I got a lot of issues, you know? I have a lot of issues, and I've been through a lot of, like, trauma, so I'm just trying to deal with that. And, yeah, so I think what held me back was just that I didn't really know that I had a career. Well, I'm still currently trying to be positive. I'm not saying that I fully got there, but...
Basically, what he's saying is, I ain't healed all the way yet. So if you keep playing with me, y'all gonna see why I was in jail all those times. Basically, I got what you got.
I'm still trying to be positive, but for me, it was just a sense of loneliness when I was there. Like, because I lost contact with everybody when I was in Australia. Like every single person, I lost contact with them. So, including my own family. Like I lost contact with my own family. So I'm probably the only person, if any of the Brisbane boys or Sydney boys that are watching that I was locked up with, if they remember, they know that I never had a visit. I never had a visit any of those weeks throughout the whole 2.5 years or 3 years that I was locked up. I never had a visit. I had a visit maybe.
That's crazy. He said he got a whole family. Wow.
2-3 times I had a visit from my family. Everything else was on the phone. So pretty
Okay, at least the family came through.
much what changed for me was loneliness. And then sitting in a cell, like at nighttime, like just by myself with no like emotional support. I had to really dig deep in order for me to like just be happy the next day, or even just to because there was many days I even like started dabbling in really hard drugs, and there I got to a point where it was just really bad, and I nearly took my life a few times in my cell. So to be honest, it was just that. But I don't really want to go into it. But
damn, drugs that had you like that. That's why I just smoked it up. Hey.
that just loneliness and just hard times got me to a point where I just started training hard. I started training like hectic, and heaps of the boys that train, like we all train, and that just takes your mind off it. So yeah, pretty much just hard times and loneliness changes that. So the training's mad. The training is just pretty much for the mental, I reckon. And because like I didn't really know people from there, so I didn't really have time to like associate with people that were just they wanted to party and do drugs in a cell. I was more like just go out, put my shoes on, and with all the hours of the day, I was like, I wanted to do push-ups. I couldn't even do 10 push-ups when I first got locked up. When I first got locked up, I couldn't even do 10 push-ups. So just like with all the time in your hands, you eventually start training, but I just started loving it.
That's when I started working out. When I just was doing YouTube and I just shut out the world, I said, yeah, I'm about to just go. I did 414 videos in 1 year. Like, nobody's fucking with my work ethic. You feel me? Like, and I was not getting paid. Like, I probably only got 3 checks that whole year from YouTube, and it was shit, to be honest with you. It was probably $100. You feel me? So, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep going. Walk by faith, not by sight.
I started falling in love with training because everything that I was going through mentally from my life, whether it be in New Zealand or whether it be with family and stuff like that, I'd always just take it out in the yard, hitting the bag, boom, bang, hitting the pads, burpees, get down, push it. I'll just force my mental, you know. And in jail, you can't really slack off. So the boys in there, they make you push your limit to the fullest. So I thank them for that. I thank all the boys that really pushed my mental, because results started coming after. Like next thing I knew, I looked into the mirror and I'm actually like looking good, you know, compared from back in the day when I had like a fucking double chin, beer belly. So like, yeah, results come, you know, results come. My plans is just stability. I just want to be stable. I just want to.
Yo, me too. I swear, me too. I just want to be stable, financially good. That's it. Am I asking for too much? Going on.
Just maybe make sure that I just don't go insane or so. I just don't want to go insane or so. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm stable and just fucking just do what I'm doing and go at a slow pace and not worry about no fucking music stuff, no things like that. If that thing comes with it, then it'll come with it. But other than that, I just want stability and just work. And because I owe it to my family, and I owe it to a lot of people that looked out for me that really go under the radar, and I don't really like mention them and that, but they still care for me because whatever reason they care for me, and I love them back, you know. And any of the other boys out there that actually got genuine care for me and things that happen, like I got mad love for them, you know. So I've always got time for them. But other than that, I just want to just make sure that I stay.
I like how real he is. Like, real recognize real.
Stay working, stay positive, and whatever comes, you know. Whatever good karma comes, it'll be good energy. So it's good. I love it, bro. I love it. Like, just all the poly boys that are out there doing anything productive, I've always got mad love for it, because like that little part of my life that I was doing music was probably the happiest times of my life, and it was the best moments of my life, and it's like moments that are priceless. You can't get those moments anywhere else. So if it's good for the boys out there and it brings them positivity, but you can't take the good without the bad. The bad always comes with it too. So, like, but I always got mad love for any of the boys that are out there doing poly music and that, because if it helps them out, it helps them out. But there's a lot of talent going on, and yeah.
Damn, he said there's a lot of talent going on, man. Be safe out here, lads.
Yeah, so just keep it up with all the boys out there doing music and that. Keep that up. It's better than jail. It's way better than jail. Trust me. Like I never really took my music thing seriously, but after these past few years, I'm dying to be a rapper now. I'm dying to be a rapper. I wanna go and do all these rap things again, you know. But you can't even be a rapper if you don't have a car, if you don't have a house. So you got to do the basics. A lot of people like flossing. They don't really have it in real life, you know, whether it comes from whatever. I don't want to mention it, but like, yeah. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Just if there are any fans, like if I get back to music, the music will be there. And to my
I know, if you gotta get back, you gotta get back.
family, like, I apologize to my family if I've ever done any wrong to my family. And to the boys that I met, it was solid meeting all the boys. Like, we all try to live our life like 100 miles an hour, you know? We all live in the fast lane, but like sometimes we got to remember that there are people that care about us out there. Heaps of people that care about us. And
Real shit, pay attention. He dropping gems.
Sometimes it's like not about the times that you're out. It's about like when you're by yourself and if you're really happy inside, you know? So that's pretty much the only message, I reckon. Just, yeah, care about yourself and focus on number one, you know? Focus on yourself, love yourself first, and you can love others, I reckon.
Yo, y'all hit that subscribe for the vibe. I'm out.